center conductors for health machine on Kesh blueprint. And what I have here is, you can see, if I can zoom in there, you can see those are, it'll focus, maybe it's me, there we go. Those are stranded wires, stranded copper, 10 gauge, 8 gauge, can't remember. Anyway, you can see I have, it is motor, copper winding for a motor, so whatever you would put on the stators or whatnot, wrapped around each individual wire. And that does have a coating on it that I did not strip away or burn off as some people do. And you can see the yellow wire coming out goes to a speaker wire, and that yellow wire is just a random wire. I think I picked it up at an AutoZone. It's just a low gauge copper wire. But what I did was the speaker wire is routed, you can see, up and over, and goes to a connection on my GANS production, which on Zoom is that, and that is currently being powered at 1.7 volts and 0.05 amps. You can't see the display for some reason, but anyway, and then the yellow wire goes down into the bottom of the bucket, and we'll see if we can zoom in for that. And in the bottom there is caustic solution that was boiled with bottle cap threads. In other words, 2-liter bottles, the part that you screw the lid onto, I cut just that part off and put it in the caustic solution as I was boiling it, along with a little bit of aluminum foil is the recipe that I heard of. And other than that, it's normal distilled water and caustic, which would be sodium, potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, or both, however you do yours. And that wire goes down into the bottom, and then you can see from here that particular lead coming off of there. Now the ends that do touch the copper I didn't melt and scrape away with sandpaper, so I knew they were making good copper contact, but I did not do anything about the ends that are wrapped around the wire. And the whole purpose of the video is to explain what I did and to show that I got it to coat, and let's see if I can find the place I cut. There it is, and you can see there it's black through the conductor or the insulation. There it goes. And that part that's copper just to the left is where I nicked it with the razor knife I was cutting it with. But it does give a comparison, so you can see that it's definitely nano coated. And one thing I did notice is when I bend the wire like such, I can feel the wire inside moving around, whereas I work with this wire all the time. But whereas before, prior to the nano coating attempt, it was very sealed with the wire when they dipped it or coated it or however they do that. But anyway, this particular method took me about, I would say, from start to finish, before I was actually stripping away, a week to get all of those done, and it worked very well. And I have to say, my only one warning is the particular bottle I used was just a random bottle. Actually, it was an empty sodium hydroxide bottle that I used, and it is not heat resistant at all. You can see kind of the bottle has taken on a warped shape, very much so towards the bottom where the solution settled. But what I had done originally, once I got the wires in there and wrapped, and the one wire is going through a hole in the side of the bottle, and then the other wire just lays over the threads. But when I put the solution in there after I had it boiling hot, I just poured some in the bottom, and I think I sprayed a little bit in there, other than that. And I only treated it twice. I think I did it once, let it sit for 3 days, did it again, and then in a week it was done. But it was a very good method, and I have tried it 2 other ways according to videos I saw, and I didn't get good results when I stripped the wire. It was coppery with no color at all, and this one very successful. And I only did 1 wire, but I'm assuming the rest will be the same. And so that's it. Oh, and the warning on the bottle, it warped the bottom, and during the second coat, I don't know if you can see the napkin that's down there. I had to put a napkin underneath it because it started to leak. So if you attempt this in this particular method, make sure you use something that's more inclined to handle heat. And that's it for the video. Thanks.